does government of the people, by the people, and for the people mean? And she's another person who has had the courage to throw her hat into the ring. She's running for the House District 1 here in Jefferson County. Her name is Samantha Cook. I did it again. I promised you I wouldn't do that, didn't I? Yeah, Samantha. I almost said Sandra. There you go. Samantha Cook is running for House District 1.
Go, girl.
Don't make me come out there.
That's all right. Yes, I am running in House District 1. It is mainly Denver. Southwest Denver takes in some of Lakewood. It does have one little precinct in Jeffco, so I've got some patriots in my group. I decided to run for office for probably exactly the things that we are seeing now. I didn't like the overreach of government. I felt like government was coming into my home and telling me that they knew how to raise my children better than I do. And that has been proven by this pandemic, that they truly believe that they are capable of making better decisions for us than we are. And I'm the kind of person that says, you know, if I want to fix something, I gotta step up and fix it myself. So running in Denver is definitely interesting, but I think we've got a shot this year. I really do. I think a lot of people are waking up and realizing that they in fact do not like it when government takes over their life. And that when government does that, they make a bigger mess than they tried to fix. So the funny thing is when Laurel asked about growing up in a different country, I actually grew up in Canada, which is a free country. My dad is from Arizona, my mom's from Canada, so I have dual citizenship, and we always grew up celebrating Canada Day and 4th of July. We celebrated both Thanksgivings. We sang the American anthem and the Canadian anthem, which I thought was totally normal, but turns out my friends thought it was weird, and they just told me recently. But the funny thing about Canada is they are not protected by a constitution.
That's right.
And a lot of my friends that still live there and family that still live there are very, very, very concerned about what's happening up there right now. So that's why whenever, you know, all these people that don't like our country say they're gonna leave and go to Canada, I'm like, just try. So I grew up with a very deep appreciation for the United States of America. I've always been very patriotic. My family is very patriotic. So a government of the people, by the people, and for the people is something that really means something to me and that I take in a very literal sense. So when we talk about government of the people, by the people, and for the people, I'm a very literal thinker, so I broke this down to what I truly believe it means. Government of the people refers to the fact that our elected officials have an obligation within their public service to literally govern the people, but to enforce the laws of our country and use our Constitution as the basis for how our country is run. Government by the people, we elect people who will protect our rights to the highest level, who will abide by our Constitution, and who we feel have aligned their values with the common goal of respecting the founding vision for our country. Government for the people means that government is not motivated by power for themselves. It's motivated by the things that makes America unique to any other country in the world, and that's our individual liberty. Government for the people is understanding that yes, when we are free, sometimes people get sick. When we are free, there are some that will achieve greater success than others. We will have varying living circumstances in every state, city, and community. We will have varying needs of every individual. But that being said, and accepting that not everyone will have the same experiences in life, comes with the understanding that we all have the freedom to make the most personal choices that make sense for our personal situation. And in being able to make those choices, because we know our needs and our circumstances far better than anybody sitting in a federal building, it's because we can make those choices that we see the greatest successes in our society and in our country. It is the foundation of freedom that allows people to reach their greatest potential, the God-given potential that they have. It is free from government rule, where we see true innovation, we see true growth, we see true compassion, and it's when people show their true capacity to care for their friends and their neighbors. We have seen so many in government who think that it's their job to regulate people into being good and to being compassionate and to taking care of others. And that is the opposite of what we were founded upon. Our founders knew that men were capable of so much more than what government was capable of coercing them into being and to doing. As a result of taking freedom, we've seen a loss of hope, and in losing hope and on this constant focus of death, the perpetuation of fear and telling people to stop whining about losing their freedom has caused devastation beyond a virus. Suicides, drug overdoses, domestic violence, child abuse, human trafficking, and even loss of basic decency toward our friends and neighbors have been the tragedies that we can't talk about. Where we have possibly saved a life from COVID, we have lost lives many times over due to these other crises and other tragedies. What has blatantly been exposed in the COVID pandemic is that there are many in our government that truly believe that they can do better. Free speech has been silenced as we can't question the science. We can't question or the reason for specific orders and our government has turned citizen on citizen, encouraging us to police and report each other. And I can't help but feel like this is repetitive of Nazi Germany. Where government is supposed to protect the rights of law-abiding citizens, it's those of us who believe in our founding laws who are being targeted, attacked, and arrested. Where government is supposed to stop criminals from stealing, physically assaulting, or burning buildings, these laws have been ignored, while enforcement has been focused on COVID orders. This is not who we are. As a society, we need to get back to the original path of individual liberty and freedom that our country was founded upon. People thrive at the highest level when they are not controlled by government. This year has thrown unprecedented challenges our way, and what these challenges have shown us is that our freedom is something that we have taken for granted and that can easily be taken away. But it's freedom that allows us to determine personal risk and make the unique decisions that gives us the best chances for health and well-being. It's freedom that drives us to work hard, to succeed, and to set our goals higher. It's freedom to be the director of our own journey that gives us hope, knowing that struggles are not final, challenges are not permanent, and that the freedom to move forward means we will come out of these challenges and trials and achieve peace and security again. People are compassionate and understanding when government is not putting fear into their hearts. A year ago, a conversation in the grocery store that otherwise might have been friendly has now been replaced with bullying and harassment. Our government right now is of, by, and for many things, but none of it involves being about real people. We need to get back to who we are. A government of the people, by the people, and for the people recognizes that America is made up of businesses that open and close at different times, people who have different cultural practices, different life circumstances, and that who we really are as a country is what we need. We don't need or want more control. We've proven through a history of fighting things like slavery, fighting for our independence from control of bigger forces, that it's through freedom, personal accountability, and being able to direct our own lives that we can take care of each other and our communities better than kings, better than rulers, better than dictators, and far better than polis.